The story begins with a rumor about the tomb of an ancient princess from the Kaung tribe. Her dynasty existed only for a fleeting moment in history. Legends say her spirit returns every year on the 77th day to haunt the tomb. Many swear they've seen a ghostly bride in crimson wedding robes. That image turned into tales of her wandering to find a man for marriage. Though just hearsay, Fang Ning knows today is her death anniversary, the peak of ghostly energy. Coincidentally, Fang Ning, elder of the Olang beggars sect, will stay overnight at the tomb. He even announced a live stream with an expensive crew, inviting viewers to witness the truth and donate. The entire promotion was shared through a video on the Top platform. The chubby man with a heavy chain is Director Wang, hired by Fang Ning for production. The ad went viral, hitting over 1 million views in just one day. Hearing the news, Fang Ning smugly praised the team for being worth every penny. Laughing, he thanked everyone while Director Wang wiped his sweat and pretended to be humble. Yet deep down, Wang felt bitter his career had sunk so low he was filming in a haunted dump. The crew chatted, some curious about the idea, others chilled by the eerie atmosphere. Suddenly, a frantic boy reported that the actress complained the place was too deserted. Annoyed, Wang snapped that she'd arrived late for personal reasons. Cursing as he spoke, he barked orders not to let her delay the broadcast schedule. Though the shoot was set for 11:30 p.m., at 7:30 the crew was already rushing to prepare props. Watching them, Fang Ning calculated profits. Sure that spooky vibes would make it trend. He pulled down his hat and took a nap while waiting for showtime. As the crew adjusted lights and sound, a girl in pink quietly appeared behind them. Observing, the Tubangs guy told Wang the actress was still missing, which enraged the director. With time running out, Wang forced the Tubangs guy to be the stand-in, shocking the poor techie. Seeing his hesitation, Wang kicked him and yelled to follow the script immediately. Before the boy could move, he noticed something strange. A familiar figure stood atop the tomb straight out of a horror movie. Thinking the actress had arrived, he pointed it out while Wang hurried to call Fang Ning. The crew whispered the girl looked too real and her outfit far fancier than their props. Fang Ning strode up and shouted for everyone to take positions since the actress was ready. The broadcast signal went live, everything officially began. Fang Ning slowly picked up his hat and turned around, smiling fakely at the camera. He declared the live stream had begun. The lights, sound, and video all ran smoothly. Facing the camera, Fang Ning began with his usual spiel about the Princess Tome and its legend. He went on, claiming that in recent years, supernatural events were growing ever more common. In this area alone, countless ghost sightings were reported, prompting the crew to investigate. Fang Ning approached the tome, emphasizing the princess' restless injustice. He recounted her yearly return on the 77th day, while a crew member secretly prepared a prank with a rock. The thrown stone startled Fang Ning, forcing him to improvise on cue. He signaled everything was fine, claiming the plan was on track. As scripted, he approached the actress for a scare scene, but her ghostly act felt too real. From afar, the Tubangs guy frantically gestured to warn the director, but Director Wang was too busy watching the views skyrocket past 1 million. He fantasized about vacations and fat bonuses from donation revenue. That daydream made him completely inattentive. When the Tubangs guy tried again, Wang snapped and yelled at him for interrupting. Shoving him aside, Wang ordered via radio to ready for midnight and have Fang Ning approach while the actress hid. A lighting tech grumbled that the director was being dramatic for such a tiny crew. Suddenly, a violent gust swept through, draining color from everyone's faces. The Tubangs guy froze, mouth agape. The actress had completely vanished. Wang knocked his head, insisting it was all part of the pre-written script. He radioed Fang Ning to move toward the hillside as planned. On camera, Fang Ning acted terrified by the unnatural cold wind. He even looked shaken, doubting the ghost legend might be real. Speaking nervously, he climbed to a higher part of the tome. Behind him, the Tubangs guy urgently grabbed the director. Wang barked impatiently, telling him to spit it out since everyone was busy. The boy reported that the real actress had just called she overslept and hadn't arrived yet. Wang instantly broke into a cold sweat. Horrified, he wondered who or what was standing on the hillside. Meanwhile, Fang Ning had almost reached the mysterious figure. The girl looked so serenely beautiful it sent chills down his spine. Fang Ning collapsed in fear, his mind blank at her unearthly presence. He tried convincing himself it was just super acting. Trembling, he stammered out a question about her true identity. The director grabbed the Tubangs guy's collar, shouting accusations while the boy fumed for not being believed. Just then, another crew member shouted, drawing everyone's attention. The cameraman trembled, noticing something strange about the girl's feet. The mushroom hair guy quickly handed the footage to the director. Both Wang and the Tubangs guy were stunned speechless. On screen, the girl was floating inches above the ground. Panicking, Wang gasped that they might be facing the real vengeful spirit. Then he denied it, insisting anything visible on camera could be a normal ghost. Fang Ning, on the other hand, was nearly losing his mind. He backed away, pleading for her not to come closer. Finally, he convinced himself it was just an elaborate crew setup. He even praised the makeup and her snow-white hair for looking absurdly real. Fang Ning figured it hired an overachieving crew and decided it was his turn to act. He shone his flashlight straight at the figure, loudly declaring he wasn't afraid. He reassured himself that his strong yang energy made him immune to spirits. Viewers online burst out laughing, thinking it was all staged effects. In contrast, the director and the last two crew members stared in horror, thinking Fang Ning was suicidal. The red figure raised stiff arms before her chest like an ancient corpse puppet, her fingertips grotesquely elongated. Panicking, the director screamed into the radio for Fang Ning to stop streaming and retreat. The mushroom hair guy suddenly reported strange energy fluctuations ahead. Then, all communications were cut off. Fang Ning was now forced back by invisible pressure from the ghost woman. The force was so strong it left deep marks in the ground. The sight made the director and others drop to their knees. Begging for mercy, the ghost lunged forward, her icy hand gripping Fang Ning's throat. With unnatural strength, she lifted him effortlessly into the air. A fierce gust blew off her veil. Beneath it was a stunningly beautiful face with haunting, bottomless eyes. Fang Ning froze, unable to believe a vengeful spirit could look like that. The internet exploded, some praising her beauty, others demanding a raise for the cameraman. But reality was grim. The ghost grip tightened. Choking Fang Ning, she ascended higher, her expression cold and emotionless as she held her prey. Fang Ning neared death from lack of air. The director, despairing, admitted they'd all die if it continued. The Tubangs guy begged him to do something, but the man was utterly helpless. Fang Ning's strength faded, his arms dropping limp. His consciousness slipped into darkness. It felt like sinking endlessly into a black abyss. Then, a tiny point of light appeared out of nowhere. The beam shot forward, piercing his dying body. Fang Ning jolted awake as if dragged back from death. He grabbed the ghost's hand, shouting angrily for her to stick to the script. This livestream was critical. Suddenly, the bead bracelet on his left wrist began to glow. Catching the ghost's gaze, a burst of golden light erupted, forcing her back while Fang Ning writhed in agony on the ground. Coughing violently, he thought he'd barely escaped death. Amid the chaos, he still refused to accept the stream being ruined. Months of planning couldn't end in such disaster. Still reeling from the ghost's undeniable reality, Fang Ning noticed her eyes locked on his glowing bracelet. Facing the camera, he stayed in character, confessing he'd lived lonely for years and wanted to do something insane before dying. Fixing his messy hair, he joked about dying stylishly. He called himself the ultimate daredevil. Fang Ning stomped the ground to show his resolve. Then, he suddenly dropped to one knee in a clumsy proposal pose. Slowly, he pulled a ring from his pocket. He held it out toward the ghostly princess. He pleaded for her to let go of 1,000 years of resentment and accept his proposal. The internet exploded. Viewers were both terrified and impressed by the streamer's guts. Closing his eyes with the ring in hand, Fang Ning believed this was the perfect climax for the show. To his surprise, the ghost's gaze softened, and she gently accepted. Then her eyes widened as if she'd sensed something wrong. She gripped Fang Ning's hand, unleashing a violent storm. Cold sweat dripped down his face. This was nowhere in the script. The ghost suddenly closed in until she was inches away. Her eyes locked with Fang Ning's in a haunting stare. She lifted the ring near her face and asked a sorrowful question. She demanded to know why he had come only now. Tears streamed down as she screamed about waiting alone for ages. Her emotions erupted into a cyclone that tore up the ground. Fang Ning panicked, realizing there was no way this was just props. The ghost shrieked in fury, her red eyes turning monstrous. The new gust was stronger than any before. Crew members were thrown violently against trees. A purple aura began to form behind the ghost. It quickly condensed into a horrifying evil spirit. The sight paralyzed Fang Ning with terror. Her face twisted half demonic, one eye filled with endless despair. Fang Ning broke down, realizing she was a real demon. He shouted that this was definitely not staged and he wasn't ready to die here. Only one thought remained: he hadn't earned enough money to die yet. The ghost wiped her tears, her face eroding further as she cried about being abandoned. Her words stunned Fang Ning, stirring something deep within him. He remembered his childhood parents leaving him with empty promises before disappearing. Had lived with a cruel aunt, beaten daily for the smallest mistakes, nights shivering in a cold storage room, haunted by longing for his parents. He once begged in despair not to be left alone there. In that instant, he realized the ghost's pain mirrored his own. Fang Ning gently patted her head, assuring her she wasn't alone. Slowly, he took the ring out of its box. Tenderly, he slid it onto the ghost's finger. As he embraced her, her corrupted face gradually became whole again. He whispered that he had returned to fulfill their wedding. Suddenly, the ghost's eyes flew open. She screamed uncontrollably, the storm exploding and flinging Fang Ning away. He slammed in a tree and fell unconscious. Amid the crew's shouting, Fang Ning slowly woke up. Dawn had broken through the mist. Dazed, he scratched his head, trying to piece together the chaos. A strange blankness lingered in his mind. The crew said everyone had blacked out during the storm and remembered nothing. The toppled camera had only captured wind and foliage. The stream was cut short. If Fang Ning's account skyrocketed in followers and profits, the director excitedly promised to repost the video. While Fang Ning smiled at the revenue, he pledged full payment and hinted at future collaborations. After the terrifying night, the crew decided to rest. The scene shifted to an old apartment, its decay clear in the morning light. Fang Ning quietly returned home. He slowly climbed the familiar staircase. Hastily, he slid the key into his door lock, then stepped inside the apartment. He kicked aside an empty Coke can on the floor. His His body slumped onto the worn-out chair. He scrolled through his phone. Watching views skyrocket in minutes, the wild comment signaled a breakout night of fame. Thinking back, Fang Ning realized he'd never even asked the ghost's name. Walking into the bedroom, he undressed, mumbling about how drained he felt. He prayed the ghost wouldn't follow him. He still wanted to live a few more years. With that thought, he lay down on the bed. His eyelids grew heavy. Consciousness slipped into deep sleep. In an instant, night had fallen again. Fang Ning woke after what felt like an endless sleep. He reached for his phone to check the time, but his hand brushed against a piece of red fabric. His eyes flew open in shock. Right before him stood the same ghost from last night. Her red eyes, wedding robe, and familiar hair froze him in place. Waking up to that sight filled his mind with 1,000 questions. He slapped himself. The pain proved it wasn't a dream. Thinking it was just an overactive imagination, he assumed he was dreaming. He clasped his hands to chant, believing he could dispel the vision by will. Cautiously, he opened one eye to peek, but the ghost was still standing right there. The sight made him scream in terror. The ghost, however, just looked at him with confusion. Fang Ning's spine went cold, sweat pouring as he thought he was trapped in a dream. Suddenly, he recalled the pain test to tell dream from reality. He grabbed a finger, ready to snap it. 10 seconds later, the room echoed with a scream of agony. Clutching his swollen hand, he winced while the ghost stared blankly. Hearing her voice, he realized with horror this was real. Crawling forward, he shakily touched her hand to confirm it. Knowing it wasn't a dream, he panicked and demanded why she was in his home. The ghost gently held his hand, revealing no hostility. With clear eyes, she said she came to see him, not to take his life. Fang Ning froze, denying it fiercely, insisting they were total strangers. The ghost moved closer, calling herself his wife and saying she came to find her husband. Fang Ning's mind spun, wondering if she'd mistaken him for someone else. Seeing his stunned reaction, the ghost's mood flipped. The red aura flared as she accused him of forgetting. Fang Ning panicked, denying everything and claiming it was all just acting. Her fury erupted, ghostly power surging as her demonic form emerged. Fang Ning decided survival came first and played along to stay alive. He quickly accepted the husband title, which calmed her rage. Once things settled, he politely asked for her name. The ghost introduced herself as Jiang Lei. She beamed with pure joy, like a spoiled child finally appeased. Fang Ning sighed in relief, realizing he'd narrowly escaped death. He comforted himself being haunted wasn't so bad for a lifelong bachelor. Curious, he asked why she was here instead of at the princess' tomb. The ghost floated into the air, surrounded by green mist. Ready to explain, she suddenly lunged straight toward Fang Ning. The ghost entered his living body. Fang Ning froze, baffled by her disappearance. Not seeing her anywhere, he screamed in panic. A glowing light appeared, her voice saying she was inside him. He yelled in shock. She emerged from his body again. The ghost collapsed flat on the floor in disbelief. Fang Ning watched her clumsy struggle to stand. He found her awkwardness strangely cute and harmless. She braced herself against the bed for balance. Her elaborate gown made every movement difficult, so she stumbled and fell again. Fang Ning suggested she change into something easier to move in. The ghost gave him a shy look. She softly agreed and raised her hand to cast a spell. Energy surrounded her, lifting her into the air as her form began to shift. Fang Ning was stunned, thinking he'd just witnessed a rare mythical art. The wedding dress vanished, replaced by a simple outfit that revealed her figure. Fang Ning's nose bled instantly. She had clearly misunderstood his meaning of change. The ghost innocently asked why he was suddenly losing blood. Overwhelmed, Fang Ning turned away, tossing her his shirt to cover up. She held it in confusion, while he blushed furiously, realizing she was nothing like had imagined. After fumbling for a while, the ghost finally put the shirt on. She stepped out gracefully, her slim figure catching his gaze. The thin fabric only made her perfect form more striking. Seeing the shirt about to slip, Fang Ning hurried to button it for her. Once done, he exhaled deeply, as if it survived a deadly trial. The ghost fidgeted, complaining the shirt was too tight. Fang Ning explained it didn't fit and bluntly asked if she truly meant to stay as his wife. She firmly affirmed it, saying she'd obey his every word. Fang Ning sighed, realizing this bizarre situation was painfully real. Taking a deep breath, he calmed himself and accepted it. He gestured for her to follow him elsewhere. As she curiously toyed with a switch, Fang Ning secretly planned to test her. The lights flicked on. She gazed into the mirror, fascinated by her unfamiliar reflection. Fang Ning led her to the bathroom and reconfirmed her promise to obey. Blushing, she nodded with expectant eyes. Fang Ning smiled approvingly but stressed it was her choice. With a sly grin, he prepared to teach her something important. The ghost felt rising tension, beads of sweat hinting she sensed trouble. Fang Ning held up a toothbrush, seriously explaining the basic house rules for living together. He added toothpaste, demonstrating each step in detail. He carefully described the full tooth cleaning process from brushing to rinsing. Before he could finish, the ghost bit down on the toothbrush, leaving him speechless, awkwardly following his example. Foam spilled from her mouth as she wondered if this really was brushing. Fang Ning turned crimson. It felt weirdly intimate. Still, she learned fast and quickly got the hang of it. She gargled, making silly bubbly sounds. Fang Ning could only shake his head helplessly at the sight. The ghost turned to him, asking again with trusting certainty. Her adorable expression made Fang Ning sweat and his heart race. He forced himself calm, deciding this was a decent result for a first lesson. Fang Ning took back the toothbrush, forbidding her from using his personal items. While rinsing it, he promised to get her own supplies later. He gently touched her face. She thanked him sweetly and politely. He reminded her of the relationship she claimed and how she should treat him. Blushing, the ghost admitted she'd lost her memories, only his image remained in her heart. Morning sunlight filled the peaceful room. The ghost looked in the mirror, saying she was searching for something very important. Fang Ning quietly suspected her past had a deeper purpose. Not remembering what she sought made her restless. A flash of memory surfaced, something like a hairpin once worn on her head. Hearing that, Fang Ning grew uneasy, fearing he'd gotten into serious trouble. He told the ghost to step outside so he could handle his personal matters. Standing over the toilet, he pondered her memory loss and fading obsession. Just as he relaxed, he noticed something strange. The ghost was staring intently at his private area. Embarrassed, Fang Ning ordered her to leave the room. She innocently replied she was just waiting for her husband. They locked eyes in awkward silence. Fang Ning reacted by kicking her clean out of the room. He slammed the door shut, yelling for her to wait outside. Finally alone, he let his body relax after all the tension. While finishing up, he worried her gentle demeanor might just be an act. Still, he couldn't deny her cuteness or how tenderly she called him. Fang Ning reminded himself that human host boundaries must never be crossed. He resolved to find a way to send her off as soon as possible. Fang Ning opened the bedroom door. The sight before him left him completely frozen. The ghost lay sprawled on his bed in a very suggestive pose. In her hand was an adult magazine. Fang Ning screamed in utter panic. He lunged to snatch it but couldn't match her ability to float. Defeated, he demanded to know where she got it. The ghost calmly said she found it under his bed. She innocently asked about the acts in the book and whether she should try them with him. Fang Ning blushed furiously, fumbling excuses to deny ownership. He tried several times to reclaim it but failed, his secret life now fully exposed. The ghost kept pointing to the explicit pages, asking naive questions. Fang Ning was speechless, too mortified to respond. Suddenly, he lunged forward and yanked the magazine from her hands. He hid away and sternly forbade her from touching his belongings again. The ghost obediently agreed. Still addressing him sweetly, Fang Ning steered the conversation back to her missing item from the bathroom. The ghost suddenly moved closer, locking eyes and making him sweat. She glanced again toward his private area, prompting him to shout in alarm. Images from the adult book flashed through her mind. She realized reality was quite different from what she'd seen. A mischievous smile curved her lips, as if planning something. Then she suddenly reached out, startling Fang Ning, who demanded to know her intent. The mechanical demon girl clumsily mimics what she learned from books. Her bolder actions make Fang Ning blush and protest fiercely. She sulks, saying she'd only do that with her supposed husband. The demon lunges again, but Fang Ning dodges and insists they're still strangers. He keeps his distance, asking to sit and talk seriously before crossing any line. Fang Ning worries any excitement could trigger something dangerous. He hesitates, unsure if he can handle the situation. The demon collapses onto the bed in disappointment. Eyes hollow, her reaction startles Fang Ning and makes him uneasy. He calms himself, pushing away improper thoughts. Fang Ning prepares to set clear boundaries. Before he finishes, the demon misreads him and imitates a scene from her book. She hurriedly strips, throwing the room into chaos. Fang Ning freezes, utterly flustered. The demon asks if that's enough for him to accept her. She leans closer, curiously probing his reaction. When she gets too close, Fang Ning panics and orders her to get dressed. He quickly throws his jacket over her to block the view. After a pause, she puts it on while Fang Ning respectfully turns away. Fang Ning firmly says she must stop studying sensitive books if they're to live together. The demon, now dressed, shyly agrees. Fang Ning learns she can't create matter from nothing, hence needing his help for clothes. That accident lets her notice his familiar scent from the outfit. Seeing her sniff his jacket, Fang Ning stops her in embarrassment. He secretly wonders why someone like her can even be seen by humans. Out of curiosity, Fang Ning bluntly asks if she's truly a ghost. The question stuns her completely. She denies it at once, making Fang Ning press for her true nature. The demon falters, admitting she doesn't know what she really is. Fang Ning concludes her obsession keeps her here, tied to a lost object. He holds her hand, urging her to recall where she dropped it. She admits she can't remember but casually complains she's hungry. Fang Ning is shocked she can eat and leads her to the fridge to test it. Finding only a cake, he offers it to her. The demon obediently accepts the food. She takes a tiny bite, just like she learned from books. Immediately, she complains it's not filling and hands it back. Fang Ning realizes she needs real energy, not human food. He nervously asks what she truly needs, half joking she might eat him. The demon suddenly gazes out the window, sensing something tempting. After focusing, she looks eager, having found a source of sustenance. Fang Ning curiously joins her at the window. She suddenly touches his shoulder, startling him. Then she lifts him into the sky toward the target, leaving him panicked by the height. The city sparkles below in the night wind, opposite to his terrified mood. In panic, Fang Ning shouts to ask where they're going. He complains he wasn't prepared for this sudden trip. A stream of green energy finally lands them in a quiet forest. As soon as they touch down, Fang Ning vomits by a tree while Jiang Lei strolls ahead calmly. After steadying himself, Fang Ning regains composure and asks where they are. Before getting an answer, he widens his eyes at the sight ahead. A massive abandoned school Heiyuan Elementary emerges, its name stirring vague memories as they step inside. Inside lies a bizarre scene of rotten desks and books piled like junk. Fang Ning opens his phone map to confirm their location. He finds it sits in Heiyuan Village, now devoid of residents. The truth chills him, it's the site of an old tragedy, frighteningly close to his home. Years ago, a real estate project forced villagers out to build a theme park here. During construction, strange accidents killed many, leaving the project deserted. Remembering the grim news, Fang Ning starts doubting Jiang Li's motives. Unlike his fear, Jiang Lei insists this place holds her food. Fang Ning guesses she means leftover soul energy. Terrified, he hides behind a tree, but Jiang Lei won't let him escape. She tugs him inside, pleading while standing too close for comfort. In a mock-commanding tone, Jiang Lei pushes him, and amid his frightened yells, her cute persistence slowly melts Fang Ning's resistance. 10 years ago, a shocking student disappearance happened here. The victim, a 6th grader named Lian San, vanished mysteriously after staying late, breaking her family's hearts. A massive police search failed. Surveillance data showed nothing. As if she never existed, a month later, Lian Sang's decayed body was found in a lecture hall that had been thoroughly checked before. The discovery threw teachers and students into panic. The scene showed she had been dead a month, yet nothing nearby was disturbed, as if she had just appeared there. 2 weeks later, Principal Lak Sangshuang hangs herself on campus, traumatizing a student. The endless horrors forced Heiyuan Elementary to be demolished, leaving behind ruins and unanswered mysteries. These records make Fang Ning shiver, sensing danger in the cursed ZX zone. His hands tremble so hard he nearly drops his phone, while the demon girl circles him in giddy excitement. As she plays with a statue in the courtyard, Fang Ning nervously suggests retreating. The words darken her face, her cold stare forcing him to laugh it off as a joke. Deep down, he doubts her trustworthiness despite her power and confidence. Once calmer, Fang Ning opens the rotten gate, entering the abandoned school with her. Inside, peeling walls, broken furniture, and thick cobwebs dominate the view. Rats have long claimed the place as their domain, guided by flashlight and spirit sense. They move deeper, seeing how ruined everything is. The demon drapes an arm over Fang Ning's shoulder, heightening his fear. Tempted by the meal promised for his bravery, he forces himself up the stairs. Their destination is the top floor marked 5F. They search the entire level, finding it even more ruined than the ones below. Suddenly, the demon darts away toward a room, making Fang Ning's heart race. They enter what seems to be the school administration office. Fang Ning stands frozen, unsure where exactly he is. Before the demon lies a feast of pens and old school supplies that make her drool. Fang Ning picks up a dusty old comb and blows on it to clean it off. Aside from a chilling cold that seeps into his bones, the item seems normal. The demon suddenly snatches the comb, her face twisting in irritation, leaving Fang Ning baffled. A gloomy aura bursts from the comb, which she greedily absorbs with pleasure. After feeding, she casually hands the comb back while he stands there, confused. Her expression glows with bliss, as if she just tasted divine ecstasy, while she praises it as gourmet delicacy. Fang Ning has no clue what she just consumed. Once the spiritual energy is drained, the comb loses its chill, proof it contains soul power. The lingering soul energy in objects is what fills and delights the demon. Fang Ning deduces the school may hide malevolent spirits, an idea that gives him a headache. Is pulled from his thoughts when the demon shouts there's still plenty to eat, and urges him along. Having come this far, Fang Ning decides to keep following her on the hunt. As they move, a sudden thought sparks clarity in his mind. He realizes recording this eerie exploration would perfectly bait online curiosity. Fang Ning turns back, and the demon instinctively looks at him. He conceives a plan to keep her here while making a fortune himself. The demon just stares blankly, clueless about his scheme. Fang Ning grabs her hand and asks if she can sense soul energy. She confirms vaguely. Overjoyed, he feels like has hit a double jackpot. With ghost hunting videos trending, this could make him famous and rich fast. Without delay, he starts teaching her how to use a phone camera. She learns shockingly fast. With her telekinesis in flight, filming becomes a massive advantage. Seeing her work smoothly, Fang Ning pats her head and promises a food reward for good footage. Hearing delicious, she jumps with glee like an excited child. A flying, anomalous-sensing camera woman is clearly a dream partner for content creation. His plan: explore everywhere with her filming and upload it all online. As long as the footage is thrilling, views will skyrocket and so will his profits. After finalizing the script and details, the duo officially begins filming. Thanks to her flight, the demon easily takes charge of camera work for her husband. When she taps to start recording, Fang Ning immediately slips into character. He opens with an exaggerated greeting straight out of a viral vlogger's playbook. He repeats his self-proclaimed title. Boss of Olang. As a personal brand, he announces the shoot takes place at dawn. leading viewers into the haunted suburban school. Fang Ning briefly recounts the school's history. Built decades ago for local children, the chilling legend began with a girl's disappearance, followed by endless accidents and deaths until abandonment. He questions whether it's coincidence, human conspiracy, or supernatural meddling. His narration ends with an invitation for viewers to join the investigation. As he speaks, the calm behind him emits dark energy and rises like it's alive. The demon stares at the new meal, her hunger barely contained. Still, she restrains herself, reminding that filming first earns her a later reward. On camera, Fang Ning continues retelling Lian Sang's disappearance and where her body was found. He claims the principal's office was the tragedy's origin, highlighting the strange calm on the desk. After finishing, he reaches back to grab it for the audience to see, but his hand touches only air, freezing him in confusion. The calm begins trembling violently, radiating unease. Fang Ning assumes it's Jiang Li's trick, but she hasn't done anything. At that instant, a black-clawed hand grips his wrist tightly. Shockingly, even near death, Fang Ning stays eerily calm. He quickly realizes neither the calm's movement nor the hand came from Jiang Li. Behind it stands another demon woman, dark-eyed, green-haired, red-mouthed, grotesque. While Jiang Li stays indifferent, this horror presses close, making Fang Ning silently curse her sudden appearance. She suddenly strangles him with full force, her intent to kill unmistakable. The crushing grip silences him, his body turning cold, purple, and trembling from lack of air. She uses her second hand to lock his neck tighter, leaving him helpless and barely able to scream for help. Watching him struggle only delights her. She grins in sick satisfaction. Unfortunately, from Jiang Li's view, Fang Ning's shaking body hides the attacker, so she notices nothing. Worse yet, her only thought now is the tasty meal awaiting after filming. Fang Ning grows weak, drooling and sweating, his cries lost in the void. His consciousness fades, eyes closing halfway in delirium. Suddenly, the prayer beads around his neck glow just like during his last near-death. The beads infuse him with strange power, his eyes blazing as survival instinct ignites. Even the attacking demon recoils in fear at the sudden shift. Fang Ning breaks free, seizing her hand as energy surges from the glowing beads. The demon can't believe a mere human can see and grab her. Without letting her react, Fang Ning hurls her away, nearly obliterating her form, but oxygen loss makes him collapse, coughing violently. What stuns him most is not knowing where this power came from or when it awakened. Just then, Jiang Li sits down muttering strange words that draw his attention. She repeats strange names with trembling resentment, her voice echoing through the silence. Suddenly, the demon lunges with razor claws and a vicious face, too fast for Fang Ning to react. At that instant, a mysterious voice urges him to duck and dodge. He obeys instantly, narrowly escaping a fatal strike. Fang Ning realizes his body moves far more agile than normal, letting him clearly see her bloodstained dress. Something flashes toward him, but he dodges easily only to realize it was a feint. As expected, the demon spins and bolts for the door, but the door erupts with violent spirit energy, blasting her backward in failure. Jiang Li finally appears, calmly telling Fang Ning to treat this as combat training. He then realizes the guiding voice was hers, and the golden power came from his prayer beads. Shaking off confusion, Fang Ning focuses, rolling his wrists like a fighter ready to brawl. He leaps forward with a fierce punch, shocking the demon even as she dodges. Knowing she can't win, she tries to flee, but he grabs her tight. Fang Ning coldly warns her that his video's fame depends on her cooperation. Then he slams a blow in her gut, hurling her into the wall with a thunderous crash. Not giving her a chance, he pins her against the wall, eyes gleaming with intense thrill and threat. Cornered, the demon instantly morphs, her face and lips turning seductively alluring. Her body swells into provocative curves. She no longer looks like a hideous spirit at all. Fang Ning freezes, stunned by the sudden transformation. She slinks close like a fox spirit, whispering temptations in his ear. The demon pleads sweetly for mercy. Then she licks him, leaving a sticky, awkward mess behind. Even Fang Ning blushes, heartbeat racing under her charm. Suddenly, a wave of killing intent sweeps through, chilling him to the bone. Turning back, he sees Jiang Li fuming, dress rustling as she grolls husband with deadly intent. Fang Ning instantly switches tone, grabbing the other demon's hand and scolding her like a righteous gentleman. Even he realizes how absurd that sounds given it's clearly midnight. He forces a serious face, declaring her seduction useless against his will. The thought of Jiang Li's wrath makes him sweat even more. Her predatory glare earlier convinces him he was lucky to retreat in time. Just then, the enemy demon leans close again, feigning pitiful trust. While Fang Ning hesitates, she suddenly blows strange smoke straight in his face. By the time the discomfort hits, it's already too late. She reveals her monstrous true form, far stronger now after absorbing his soul energy. Fang Ning barely processes the disaster. His back takes a vicious claw swipe that burns to the bone. The blow sends him flying, though he miraculously stays on his feet. The deep wound on Fang Ning's back excites the demon, her aura growing more twisted. Without letting him recover, she launches another flurry of attacks. Though he dodges most blows, a few strikes land, leaving minor wounds. The demon grows shocked as his speed keeps increasing. Missing repeatedly drives her into a beastly rage. She charges again. A heavy palm strike slams toward Fang Ning, yet he catches it effortlessly, refusing to yield. She swings her other hand to crush him, Before she touches him, he slaps her hard and curses her out. Furious and humiliated, the demon screams in defiance. Before finishing her sentence, she gets slapped again as Fang Ning scolds her nonstop. At the climax, he smashes her head onto the desk, shouting his exorcist ideals for justice and light. The whole scene is caught on camera as the demon's soul energy scatters. Zhang Lei senses the outcome, her face glowing with proud delight. She immediately sucks up the loose spirit energy with her mouth. Full and satisfied, she joyfully praises its exquisite flavor. Meanwhile, Fang Ning grips his fist and grabs the demon's collar, demanding her identity and motives. Under the pressure, she says nothing, only black tears flow down her face. Her sobbing makes Fang Ning feel like he has become the villain. Her body shrinks oddly, leaving only a huge mouth crying and cursing fate. As the dark aura fades, a familiar young girl's form emerges. Looking closely, Fang Ning realizes it's Liang Sang. Confirming her identity, he immediately thinks of using this truth bomb to make his video go viral. He bombards her with questions about her death, ambush plots, and hidden forces in the school. The interrogation turns her pale tears stream as if has touched a nightmare. She clings to him, sobbing that she was forced by him. Though the culprit's name stays unclear, the scene triggers Fang Ning's own memories of being bullied long ago. Pity and fury rise as he wonders who could torment such a fragile girl. He hugs Liang Sang, promising help if she reveals the one behind it all. Encouraged, Liang Sang begins to tell the truth, but before finishing her sentence, disaster strikes. A strange black vortex appears behind her, dragging her in. Fang Ning reaches out to save her but fails completely. Liang Sang is pulled into the void, crying in despair. She vanishes and a giant demon bursts out, roaring and launching a destructive strike at Fang Ning. The power gap is too vast, he can't think of a way to fight back. Just then, Zhang Lei appears in front of him as a shield. When the massive punch lands, she erects a barrier to protect them both, yet the impact shockwave still overwhelms Fang Ning's body, has hurled into a wall, writhing in pain. Seeing her husband injured, Zhang Lei panics, eyes full of worry. Fang Ning's body burns with agony from the brutal jest strike. His conscience fades, eyes closing. He weakly avoids meeting Zhang Lei's gaze. Cornered by the demon, Fang Ning wakes to find Zhang Lei has rescued him and hidden them atop a tree. Seeing him awake, Zhang Lei beams with excitement and joy. Though conscious, Fang Ning still feels dizzy from the earlier shock. As he moves, he loses balance and tumbles downward. Zhang Lei quickly casts a spell to cushion his fall safely. Regaining composure, Fang Ning realizes he's now at the gate of Heiyuan Elementary. Remembering Liang Sang's fate, he grows anxious and recalls the monstrous creature that attacked him. Zhang Lei reveals something extremely tempting remains inside, prompting his curiosity about what happened while he was out. She admits the giant demon was too strong and she lacked the soul power to defeat it. Still, Zhang Lei proudly claims success since they captured the footage perfectly. A giant finger radiating strange energy appears, making Zhang Lei drool and suspect it's part of that demon. Fang Ning panics at the sight and immediately asks where it came from. Zhang Lei casually says it's a rare delicacy she grabbed while saving him. Fang Ning doubts how such a weird thing could be eaten, but Zhang Lei only shrugs helplessly. Without further talk, she transforms the finger from matter to pure energy. She swiftly absorbs every drop of soul power from it. After feeding, Zhang Lei looks utterly satisfied, praising its flavor non-stop. She remains dazed in bliss after her energy feast. A seven-colored glow flows from her forehead into Fang Ning, washing away all his fatigue. Fang Ning senses her soul energy has reached fullness, proving dark domains are her true element. He questions her about his rescue, the power surge, and his abnormal reflexes. Just as Zhang Lei eagerly starts to explain, the first sunlight appears. The rays make her spirit form react violently, leaking faint mist from her body. Realizing the danger, they agree to retreat to the old apartment for shelter. The story shifts to Fang Ning's private room. Zhang Lei curls up in a dark corner, her eerie aura making him shiver. Knowing she fears sunlight, Fang Ning closes the curtains tightly. He switches on the electric light to replace the sun. Sitting on the bed, Fang Ning sighs heavily under the weight of recent chaos. Before he can rest, Zhang Lei lunges to hug him gleefully. Startled, he gently pushes her off and tells her to sit still. Watching her cling, Fang Ning feels like he's raising a clingy little creature. He touches her cheek, making Zhang Lei instantly beam with pleasure. Fang Ning worries the curtains might not block the rising sun and asks where she'll hide. Zhang Lei points at him, saying she can take refuge inside his body. She explains they're bound by a contract so long as he loves. She won't vanish. Horrified, Fang Ning screams in disbelief. Zhang Lei clarifies the pact form when he proposed to her at the princess tome. That means they're now a single, unified being. As long as Fang Ning keeps feeding her, her strength will gradually return. This bond forces them to share energy to survive together. If she starves, he dies indirectly. If he dies, she can't survive either. In short, their lives are completely bound together. With his current power, Zhang Lei confidently vows to protect Fang Ning to the end. These secrets shock him and explain his earlier collapse. The burst of power he used against Liang Sang actually came from Zhang Lei. That proves he can tap into their shared resonance. Once Zhang Lei is welfed, Fang Ning's combat power will skyrocket. He can't believe he's stuck in something straight out of a movie. The story cuts back to Heiyuan Elementary School. There, Liang Sang is brutally tortured by a mysterious entity for failure and betrayal. The entity chokes her, coldly warning that if they don't kill the pair, both will die instead. He shows madness, claiming Liang Sang as his forever. His possessiveness is absolute, no leaving allowed. Worse, he senses Fang Ning will return and secretly plots his death. Next morning, in a busy diner, Fang Ning loudly orders his beef noodles. Uncle Zhang brings them out. Surprise is early for once. Fang Ning laughs it off, saying he had earned so came early. As a regular, the owner remembers his exact preferences. The aroma teases his taste buds as he asks Jiang Li about her soul energy shortage. Jiang Li confirms her power is drained and she needs to absorb soul energy to recover. While wolfing down noodles, Fang Ning presses for ways to help her regain strength. Jiang Li reveals two paths: devour soul energy vessels or harvest human fear. The second kept her alive before, but she was then a mindless shell. Feeding on fear to grow ghostly power is a classic horror trope. Maybe hundreds of thousands watching Fang Ning's livestream unknowingly fueled her. Thanks to that, Jiang Li slowly regained her awareness and self. Fang Ning drains the broth and slams the bowl down. He stands, asks to put it on his tab, gets shooed off by Uncle Zhang, then returns home to brood before his computer. Fang Ning believes the new footage will go viral, especially since Jiang Li's first time filming looked insanely professional. He figures a bit of editing, music, and narration will make it both viral bait and a fear feast for Jiang Li. Pleased with past teamwork, Fang Ning sends the raw clip to director Wang for post-production. Task done. He calls Jiang Li only for her to suddenly hug him tight. Jiang Li complains that using her full name feels distant, so he nicknames her Little Jiang. The new name instantly delights Jiang Li. When Fang Ning mentions the weird guy at Haiyuan, Jiang Li just calls him food. While he asks how to kill him, he insists on returning to the school to solve the mystery and craft a bigger viral hit. However, to defeat the mastermind, Jiang Li must retrieve her lost hairpin. She recalls it was stolen 6 months ago, leaving her memories and powers incomplete. Since then, she's acted on instinct, often wandering the princess tome because the hairpin is crucial. Jiang Li tearfully begs Fang Ning to help her find it. Though agreeing to help, Fang Ning doubts a trinket can beat the mysterious foe. Jiang Li insists that with her power plus the pin, she could crush the enemy easily. The problem is no one knows what the pin looks like or who the grave thief was. Jiang Li vaguely recalls 3 robbers, 2 went insane. 1 escaped with the pin. Half a year later, Fang Ning worries the survivor has left the city, yet with her freshly absorbed soul energy, Jiang Li senses the jade pin still within the city. They decide to hunt for it first, regain her power, then return to Haiyuan for answers. The thought of revisiting the food-filled place makes Jiang Li visibly excited. Wasting no time, Fang Ning plans to research the grave robbery right away. Just then, his phone buzzes with a new notification. Director Wang texts video editing complete. Attached is a police alert about violent incidents near Haixiang City. The news chills Fang Ning, the world around him feeling increasingly wrong. The story shifts to Yangdae Financial Center, home of Director Wang's team. Cigarette comping staffer slumps over paperwork. Exhausted and bored, the studio's been jobless lately. Starvation looming. Besides Fang Ning's project, they've had 0 new clients. Mentioning Fang Ning annoys the guy. Haunted by the Princess Tome video, a black-haired coworker whispers she'll quit after this month, others already have. The smoker sighs that by month's end rent will be paid, but the studio broke just as Director Wang enters. His face beams with joy as he announces new work. The 3 staffers instantly sit up straight and act professional. The smoker regains composure, asks about the client, and shocked it's Fang Ning again. Hearing that name, he jolts thinking they'll face another deadly tome curse. All 3 fear for their lives, but Director Wang reassures them it's just video editing. Edit only 1,000 yuan flat, with extra profit if it goes viral. After skimming the footage, the smoker says the ghost hunting genre's overdone. The cameraman agrees, saying their last hit was pure luck, but hey, good pay's good pay. Director Wang, fired up, insists this project will be a real game changer. He declares Fang Ning's raw footage could literally save the studio. It might even shake the entire video-making scene. The team gathers around to watch the dawn footage from Haiyuan Elementary. Everything's fine until the cameraman suddenly spots something weird and yells. He points at a comm moving by itself in the frame, urging everyone to look closely. In panic, he accidentally strangles the smoker, nearly choking him out. After apologizing, the cameraman calms down, saying it's probably nothing scary. That calm vanishes when they see Fang Ning confronting a female ghost head-on. Even the usually fearless smoker freaks out and collapses into his chair. The absurd realism of the footage makes Director Wang's hair stand on end, no signs of CG anywhere. After watching, the cameraman questions Liang Shang's death and its link to an old mystery case. Director Wang checks library records and finds the girl in the video matches a face from old newspapers. Seeing the raw cut already gripping, he's sure the release will explode online and bring in commissions. The thought of bonuses lights up the 3 employees' faces. Driven by cash, the team vows to make this video go viral. After 4 straight hours, the final edit is done. They even craft a creepy thumbnail with a 10-year suicide case title. Only sound tweaks remain. Director Wang gushes praise, though the smoker says the footage was already top tier. Confident in the result, Wang tells them to send it straight to him for upload. The cameraman stunned there, skipping Fang Ning's approval. Wang shrugs it's fine. Fang Ning fully trusts their editing. Scene shifts to a major company managing a content platform. Its moderation department screens countless videos daily. The reviewer is Dao Bing, a seasoned middle-aged man. Coincidentally, his assigned to review director Wang's upload. Used to dumb horror clips, he assumes this one's the same. But a sudden scene leaves the wary Dao Bing frozen. A massive demon appears realistic, terrifying in every detail. The realism shocks him so hard he spills his cup of water. His pain scream echoes through the office, drawing everyone's attention. Despite the burn, he raves about the clip and yells for coworkers to come watch. Dragged over by Dao Bing, the staff gathers grumbling about boring videos until seeing his rare excitement. Having previewed it, Dao Bing swears this one will blow up online, but they only believe it after watching. As it plays, everyone's glued to the screen, utterly focused. The immersion's so deep they feel the story isn't even over when it ends. The smooth cinematography and lifelike effects feel cinematic. Dao Bing praises it and wonders who the cameraman is. Cut to Fang Ning yawning under the afternoon sun, thinking of the ghost's words and old reports about suspects near the princess tomb. Police had caught 2 grave robbers, both mentally shattered by horror, while the third vanished. Oddly, the tome showed no digging traces, leaving the theft and missing hairpin a mystery maybe tied to other forces. Following the direction the ghost gave, Fang Ning realizes the lost item lies right along his path. Ghost Jiang Li suddenly appears, announcing the hairpins close by, startling Fang Ning. He quickly warns her not to show up in public. Too many people. Too risky. Seeing her obey, Fang Ning relaxes and promises she can appear once they reach the spot. Fang Ning grows suspicious. The streets are oddly empty before dusk, guessing it's due to security alerts. He asks Jiang Li for direction as her hand reaches from his to point the way. Instinctively, he turns his head to follow where she points. Before him lies a cordoned-off alley. Crowds of onlookers gathered outside. Every face is frozen in disbelief, jaws dropped at the unbelievable scene. The reason a horrifyingly dried corpse lies there. Police guarding tightly, clearly no ordinary case. A scarfist officer snuffs his cigarette and asks his partner's thoughts on the crime. Blending into the crowd, Fang Ning inches closer amid endless whispers. The body looks like an ancient mummy. Panic spreads since this is the city's 3rd murder. Continuing months of eerie incidents and rising dread. As Fang Ning nears the police line, the scarfist officer's gaze instinctively locks on him. The round-headed cop reports the victim died before dawn. No struggle. Clean scene. No strange footage from nearby cameras. Forensics say it's sudden cardiac arrest, same as the 2 prior cases with victims having no related medical history. Analysts believe it's a deliberate killing spree. Victims chosen by no clear pattern. Since the killer evades all surveillance and direct contact, poisoning becomes the leading theory, yet tests rule it out. No foreign substance found, leaving the round-headed cop to admit the killers. Like a ghost, the scarfist one advises cutting off absurd theories, find real clues, and urges a citywide curfew after dark. As dusk falls, as the scene shifts to a decaying skyscraper where a man stands before a candle, holding a suspicious hairpin and whispering, "My lord." A cold wind blows out the flame, and from the wall emerges a monstrous creature covered in eyes and fangs, mouth wide as if heralding the hunt. In the dark, it reverently reminds him that night has come and all is ready. The creature laughs, praising its choice, latching onto the young man and boasting it's the one who kept him hidden from police. With the soul-infused relic in hand, it claims it can crush even high-level spirits, urging the man to go. Tonight's the chance to ascend. The scene cuts to a simple city tea house. Fang Ning sips his drink as Jiang Li's soul sense reports the tracking aura fading. By intuition, the ghost guesses the dried corpse was the handiwork of their target. The reason the body still carries the faint scent of Jiang Li's missing hairpin. As Fang Ning ponders, Jiang Li suddenly exclaims the pin's right outside, making him jump up. Sensing its faint presence among the crowd, Fang Ning throws money down and rushes out without waiting for change. Seeing the bill on the table, the waiter breaks into a nervous sweat, utter disbelief. Furious, he smashes a cup, cursing that the customer drank hot water all day and left exactly 1 yuan. Lost in the packed crowd, Fang Ning makes Jiang Li lose the hairpin's trace, forcing him to approach people one by one until a girl suddenly notices him. In a flash, she clings to his arm, sweetly inviting him for a drink. She even hints at going somewhere private, making Fang Ning panic and push her away, but she only grips tighter. Just then, Jiang Li materializes and pinches his waist hard as a stinging warning. The sudden pain fuels Fang Ning to fling the girl off with all his strength. She crashes to the ground amid stunned onlookers. Then a group of burly men appears, ready to teach him a lesson. One thug touches his shoulder and instantly regrets it. In a blink, his wrist twists backward, pain too sharp to scream. Fang Ning subdues him swiftly. The leader laughs and signals the gang to attack with sticks despite the public chaos. In another alley, a drunk man stumbles along, muttering about business, until he falls, caught by a shadowed figure. Still tipsy, he thanks his helper without realizing the danger. The assassin pretends to guide him down the street, listening to his slurred chatter. His eyes stay cold, inwardly confirming the man won't live to see another night. Before the drunk can react, the killer tosses him a hairpin. Whispering hypnotically, he lures the man to walk out of the alley, leaving him under mind control. That's when a monstrous creature appears, red eyes locking onto the doomed Pri. As the man realizes there's no escape, the creature unleashes a surge of soul power from the walls. Invisible forces bind his limbs. The demon opens its fanged mouth, devouring his life energy with mad laughter. Ecstatic, it feels one more soul will secure its ascension. Ignoring the victim's tortured screams, in despair, the man knows there's no way out. At that instant, Fang Ning arrives, kicking the demon with lightning force and saving the victim just in time. The kick sends the demon rolling and flying across the ground. Its body slams into a wall, exploding in a cloud of dust and smoke. Once the danger passes, Fang Ning rushes to check the man's condition. Drained of much life energy, the victim weakly mutters that he can still hold on. But right after thanking him, the man collapses unconscious. Fang Ning consults Jiang Li, who confirms the hairpin is definitely on that man. The lesser demon roars in rage, blasting aura to intimidate and drive Fang Ning back, but he answers with defiant righteousness. Enraged, the demon vows to send him to his death for daring to defy fate. It counters with a Hide Your Soul spell, but Jiang Li instantly nullifies it, letting Fang Ning charge up and strike back. The demon turns incorporeal, dodging the incoming punch. Fang Ning rebounds off a wall and calls Jiang Li to join the fight. Jiang Li directly absorbs the soul energy the demon releases. She gulps it down gleefully, savoring the delicious power. Horrified, the demon realizes its hard-earned energy is being drained dry. Its spells failing, so it decides to flee. Fang Ning gives the demon no chance to flee and immediately goes on the chase. He closes in and lands an aerial punch that slams the creature hard to the ground. While it's dazed, Fang Ning steps on its stomach to pin it down. He asks Jiang Li what to do next. Her answer is short and savage: just eat it. Without hesitation, Jiang Li lunges forward to devour the restrained demon. Realizing it's cornered, the demon rips open its belly to pull out its last trump card. It's Jiang Li's hairpin activated to unleash a violent blast of soul energy at them both. The explosion forces them to dodge, letting the demon escape right as police arrive. Mistake Fang Ning for the culprit, then release him. The young officer is stunned, Fang Ning annoyed, as the cop points at the unconscious man accusingly while he protests innocence. Reviewing footage, the scarfist officer concludes the killer is meticulous. Never sloppy, catching them won't be easy. Frustrated, the bulkhead cop punches the wall. Then the victim wakes up and confirms Fang Ning saved his life. Police immediately bombard the shaken man with rapid questions, overwhelming him. After calming down, he begins recounting what happened. Sadly, before finishing, he faints again, forcing them to call an ambulance. The scarfist cop asks Fang Ning if he has a soul hunter, but Fang Ning has no clue what that means. Realizing he might be tied to some Manhwa control organization and under watch, Fang Ning hides part of the truth for safety, yet the seasoned officer sees right through his inexperience. He barely understands what has tangled in. The cop hands him a business card, advising that if he wants to lie, he'd better learn to control his eyes and face. The card reads Zhang Qiandao. He tells Fang Ning to call if trouble arises, warns extreme caution against evil entities, then leaves while unseen eyes watch from afar. After muttering curses, the shadowy man bends his knees to leap. His body dives from the skyscraper's top into the dark street below. Meanwhile, elsewhere, another pair of feet hurries through the quiet night. Fang Ning runs, asking Jiang Li about the hairpin's trail and why she didn't strike earlier. She replies the middle-aged man was too dangerous to risk exposure. Her answer makes Fang Ning replay the whole battle in his mind. He asks about the black magic that bound him. Its total control still gives him chills. Jiang Li explains it's an advanced soul technique, breakable only by stronger soul or spiritual power. When he asks what spiritual power means, she says the energy he unleashed earlier was exactly that, different from demonic soul energy. She adds that spiritual power exists in humans, usually bursting out only in life or death moments, and awkwardly admits this knowledge came from her returning memories. Fang Ning realizes Jiang Li's memory grows with her strength and suspects his capture was due to weak spiritual control. Jiang Li disagrees, saying his spiritual power already surpassed the demons, but his use was too crude to counter soul arts. He must learn to channel and release it properly. Hearing that, Fang Ning just lowers his head in confusion, clueless on how to unlock his power. While Jiang Li admits it normally takes years of cultivation, suddenly, she lights up with a new idea and cheerfully claims she's found a shortcut. Jiang Li reverts to her true form, hugs him tightly, and tells him to focus inward as she initiates a deep link. Their consciousnesses are pulled into Fang Ning's vast inner spiritual realm. He looks around in bewilderment. Unsure where he is, Jiang Li explains this is his spirit world. She can enter it thanks to their pact. Fang Ning questions the point, worrying the target might escape. She reassures him that time here is nearly frozen and only in this space can he learn to wield spiritual power quickly. To prevent interference with energy flow, both their forms and clothes vanish, leaving Fang Ning flustered. Jiang Li calmly says it's necessary for guiding energy properly. She instructs him to relax his mind and channel energy from his danshan throughout his body. Fang Ning follows her guidance completely. Jiang Li's subtle touch helps him sense the energy's movement, his real body beginning to glow. Soon his eyes blaze gold with newfound power, realizing the nature of spiritual force. He tests it with a jump far beyond human limits. Jiang Li emerges from within him, pointing out the enemy's position. Fang Ning instantly spots a dark shadow speeding away. He recognizes the target as Ku Jing. Inside Ku Jing's body, the The minor demon senses danger and urges retreat, though Ku Jing doubts the threat. The demon insists their pursuer is no ordinary human. It warns that the enemy's soul rank is extremely high and closing fast. Ku Jing rushes to his prep motorcycle to flee. Before leaving, he assures the demon their base is protected by barriers and traps any pursuer will never return. He hastily mounts the bike and revs it up. Just then, a chilling voice behind him makes him freeze. Panicked, Ku Jing leaps off the bike to escape, but Fang Ning's voice from above exposes his stealth and decoy trick. Fang Ning suspects Hez the third grave robber who escaped the princess tome. Checking the wanted list, Fang Ning calmly reads out his name. Hearing it, Ku Jing's face goes pale with terror. Without another word, Fang Ning launches a fierce slash. Ku Jing blocks with his weapon, while the demon splits off to attack, but Fang Ning's overpowering aura forces them back, demanding the return of the hairpin. The demon laughs arrogantly, flaring its soul energy, summoning a ghost dragon, and casting dark soul arts, but something stirs uneasily within the darkness. A burst of golden light shatters the demonic spell, startling the demon, which orders the dragon to charge. Fang Ning channels all his strength into his fist and strikes head-on. The flaming punch pierces the ghost dragon, turning it to ash. The demon trembles, unable to believe the power before it. Grabbing the hairpin, it flees in terror, cursing the absurdity of it all. In desperation, it enlarges the hairpin into a massive weapon and hurls it down from above. Seeing the danger, Fang Ning calls for Jianle's help. She instantly raises a shield to block the blow. The clash erupted, the barrier shattered, and Jiangle was knocked back. Taking the chance, Fang Ning leapt up and snatched the hairpin midair. The moment he touched it, demonic energy burst out, binding his arm tight. The little demon, fading away, still clung desperately, screaming in defiance. Fang Ning was shocked to find himself unable to break free. The struggle ended when Jiangle rushed in, devouring the demon energy, leaving the ghost powerless and wailing. Fang Ning released icy spiritual energy, asserting that his foe's strength came only from the hairpin, and now the tide had turned. Without giving the ghost a chance, he shouted and unleashed destructive energy to erase it completely. Only its floating head remained. Begging for its soul essence to ascend higher, it screamed in regret, unwilling to die before taking revenge. Its hateful cries shifted into the weak sobs of a drowning child. Fear and the faint wish to live echoed in its final moment. The image of an infant appeared, then vanished, as the ghost-broken memories flooded Fang Ning's mind. Witnessing this past, Fang Ning fell silent. Asking Jiangle about killing newborns, he explained it was tragedy born of patriarchy, where many baby girls were denied life. The demon had once been a child drowned by her own father, her resentment keeping her soul alive. Her victims were all reflections of that father, dying in the same pain. That was how the young soul vented its fury upon the mortal world. Fang Ning then asked Jiangle about her own obsession keeping her by the princess tome for a millennium. Suddenly, a blade struck from behind. Without turning, Fang Ning caught the attack and coldly noted his foe had lost all backing. He mocked that Ku Jing hadn't escaped amid the chaos. With a flick, Fang Ning snapped the blade in half. Ku Jing collapsed in terror, staring at him with hopeless eyes. Losing his mind, he clutched his head, babbling about having no way out and being hunted. Fang Ning lifted Ku Jing effortlessly, interrogating and forcing him to obey. Choking and gasping, Ku Jing could only nod and beg for mercy. Released but still trembling, he confessed that half a year ago he took a big job from Chang Baidao. Desperate for money and tempted by high pay, Ku Jing recruited 2 others to join. Fang Ning grew suspicious and demanded to know who Chang Baidao was. Ku Jing explained he was a notorious broker of secrets, arranging intimidating jobs and tied to powerful underground forces. Their mission was to infiltrate the princess tome and retrieve a mysterious item along with a ceramic jar said to be the key. Out of curiosity, Ku Jing opened the jar and accidentally released the sealed demon. The demon tortured him all night, then seized control of his body. When he awoke, he was already inside the tome with his crew, thinking he could flee once the demon left him. But the demon soon returned with the hairpin, summoning evil spirits to massacre the group. To survive, Ku Jing was forced to help kill. While his 2 companions went insane and were captured, he argued had been coerced into cooperation in exchange for protection and material gain. His only reason to keep living was to save his dying son. Fang Ning coldly retorted that the victims' lives were just as precious as his son's. Unable to argue, Ku Jing collapsed to his knees, crying for mercy. He confessed his crimes but begged for his motherless child's sake. Fang Ning shouted in anger, saying the ones he should beg forgiveness from were the ruined families. Then Fang Ning asked his final question where and how to contact Chang Baidao. Ku Jing admitted all deals were online, money sent abroad, and no one knew his location. Fang Ning demanded his phone, yelling so fiercely that Ku Jing obeyed instantly. After saving the data, Fang Ning ordered him to report when Chang Baidao reappeared, then tossed the phone back. As Fang Ning turned to leave, Ku Jing nervously asked if he was being spared. Fang Ning smiled faintly, saying there was no need for arrest, had fallen on his own, and told him to save his son and make amends. Ku Jing wept, bowing in gratitude and admitting he finally understood what to do. As Fang Ning walked away, he told him to guide his son toward an honest life. He vanished quickly, leaving Ku Jing frozen in turmoil. After a moment, Ku Jing murmured thanks and vowed to surrender after redemption. Turning down another alley, Fang Ning discussed his conflicted choice with Jiang Li. Jiang Li floated out, comforting him that once a choice is made, regret is useless. She praised his strength and hugged him, but Fang Ning brushed her off, questioning who was behind it all and asking about Chang Baidao. Jiang Li fell silent in thought. After a long pause, she admitted she remembered nothing, making Fang Ning chuckle bitterly. Irritated, Jiang Li explained her memories and power needed time to recover. Fang Ning sighed, deciding to go home, returning the hairpin to her and accepting that the enemy's plan had failed. At her request, Fang Ning reluctantly helped her put it on. He grumbled that she could have done it herself. His words unexpectedly stirred a deep memory in Jiang Li. A hazy vision from the past surfaced in her mind. In it, someone once stood gently before her, calling her name. That person said the hairpin was a special gift made just for her. The old image overlapped reality as Fang Ning smiled, asking if she liked it. Jiang Li choked up, warmth flooding her heart. Unable to speak, she finally whispered she did, tears leaving Fang Ning stunned. Jiang Li broke down crying harder, clutching his hand and laughing that she truly loved it. Her tears poured endlessly, like rain falling in sheets. Massive soul energy burst from Jiang Li's body, roaring like waves that tore her clothes apart. The final surge destroyed everything she wore, leaving her bare, making Fang Ning panic. He covered his eyes in embarrassment, yelling that she had ruined her new outfit again. Instantly, the soul energy condensed into a brand new set of robes. A delicate anklet appeared on Jiang Li's leg. The ancient-style attire from her memories took shape around her. Golden streams of spiritual light shot out from her forehead. One beam entered Fang Ning, astonishing him with its immense energy. Spiritual power surged into him like a rising tide. A deafening explosion followed, unleashing a mighty aura from Fang Ning's body. From afar, two soul hunters also noticed the strange phenomenon. The reed-haired girl gaped at the strange energy, while her teammate decided to finish their task before investigating. Elsewhere, a demonic hand twitched as soul energy poured into it. A two-headed demon and a swarm of bulging monsters were summoned and sent out immediately. The opponent sensed them at once, summoned his weapon, and faced them coldly. With one strike, all the monsters were annihilated. While in a dark building, two men in black discussed the disappearance of a soul prototype. They deemed it a failed experiment and decided to eliminate the middleman. Chang Baidao. To cut loose ends, Chang Baidao panicked and begged for his life, promising to reveal everything. The only reply was a cold laugh admitting every word had been a lie. He was killed brutally, his body twisting apart in a ruin. Somewhere else, a half-smoked cigarette fell to the ground. Zhang Qindao stared at the glowing light, visibly shaken. When Xiao Wang asked curiously, he hid his reaction, pretending he'd forgotten something. He told Xiao Wang to head home first, leaving the other confused. Back with Fang Ning, he gasped for air after absorbing the immense spiritual energy. He realized the process was so dangerous it nearly tore his body apart. Sensing others approaching, Jiang Li quickly pulled him away, and they hurried home. Once home, Fang Ning drew the curtains tight. Worried the light pillar had drawn attention, Jiang Li reassured him that it was only spiritual energy. Ordinary people couldn't see it unless it solidified. Fang Ning asked why his power had surged, and Jiang Li said part came from absorbing the demon's soul energy. The rest from the hairpin's stored strength. Hearing that this was only 1/10 of her peak power, Fang Ning was stunned by her true might. Remembering something crucial, he asked how much of her memory had returned. Jiang Li admitted she recalled a little but was plagued by sharp headaches. Seeing her discomfort, Fang Ning gently comforted her, not pushing further. Suddenly, Jiang Li hugged him tight, promising to stay by his side no matter what. Just then, his phone chimed with a new message. Director Wang reported Fang Ning's video had hit the trending charts. Overjoyed, Fang Ning instantly ditched Jiang Li to check the stats. The view count shocked him. It had surpassed 1.5 million in just 3 hours. Comments flooded in, full of humor and curiosity from netizens. Fang Ning daydreamed about sponsorships, brand deals, and sold-out live streams. In his excitement, he heard Jiang Li's sharp voice telling him to look at something. He turned around but couldn't see her anywhere. Jiang Li emerged from within him, urging him to enter the spiritual sea together. The scene before him left Fang Ning completely stunned. Inside his mind, countless creatures of all sizes swam densely. Jiang Li explained they were manifestations of power born from human fear. While he was still dazed, she embraced him from behind and told him to close his eyes. In an instant, both returned to a completely naked state. Fang Ning closed his eyes, letting the power merge into his body. Outside, his body sat still amid swirling currents of energy. When he opened his eyes, he realized this was the power born from fear that his video had created. Fang Ning felt confident he could now handle the demon alone without Jiang Li's help. Smiling, he stood up, feeling today's luck was ridiculously good. Then Fang Ning went to the bathroom to relax. While showering, Fang Ning pondered the soul demons, soul hunters, mysterious cops, and the dangerous world gradually unfolding. After some sleep, he felt a strange discomfort in his body. Jiang Li approached, gently stroking his head and calling him awake. She laughed softly, eyes locked on him. Then she slowly lay beside him, curling up to sleep together, gazing at him with distant eyes. She teared up, whispering about her 1,000-year wait. She hugged him tightly, confessing her longing, while Fang Ning felt heavy as a pin down. In his mind appeared scenes of agony and destruction, with Ni Yuan Changqing's cruel grin. The next morning, the story shifted elsewhere. A blond young man was going about his day when his phone buzzed with a flood of messages. Reading them, he panicked. His video had dropped in rank, overtaken by a rising newcomer. He couldn't believe a video had hit millions of views overnight. Furious, and rushed back to his room to check everything. He was determined to see what trick the rival used to surpass him. 30 silent minutes passed. Finally, and admitted defeat. The video's quality was simply outstanding. From his verified account, he commented, hoping for a sequel to see what happens next. He even quietly promoted it, admitting talent in this world was boundless. Another viewer joined in, curious about the rookie who dethroned a celebrity. The story returned to Fang Ning's place. He and his wife were still fast asleep. Half dreaming, Fang Ning absent-mindedly touched something soft. Mumbling as if eating, he grabbed more, muttering how delicious it was. His bold action made Jiang Li moan softly in plea. The sound snapped him awake. Confused by how real it felt, his unmoving hand only made her body react more clearly. Fang Ning's eyes flew open as he realized something was off. Seeing Jiang Li beside him in his own hand's position, he blushed and yanked it away. Jiang Li also woke, happily calling him husband. Her beauty made him nosebleed. While she worriedly came closer, panicking, he backed away, begging her not to come near. Fang Ning dashed off for tissues, leaving Jiang Li puzzled and calling after him. Plugging his nose, he loudly told her to put some clothes on. Jiang Li blushed, looking adorably flustered. Then her whole body glowed with a strange blue light. The glow condensed into a fully formed outfit. Once dressed, she calmly told him she was done. At that instant, Fang Ning sensed something unusual. Seeing her standing serenely before him, he was speechless. Her new attire made her aura even more radiant. Fang Ning wiped his sweat, asking why she no longer feared sunlight. Jiang Li pulled out the hairpin, explaining her power had partially recovered. The situation felt different from last time, leaving him uneasy. She reminded him he once said long dresses were inconvenient. His tangled thoughts led him to suspect she might not be a mere spirit anymore. While he was lost in thought, she suddenly hugged him, forcing him to pretend to take a phone call. The call was from director Wang. The urgent voice announced that his video had hit 1 trending. Fang Ning replied calmly while hearing about the wave of high-paying ad offers. He advised caution, not to rush for profit, and asked about managing the account. Director Wang said the old account only had around 20,000 fans and wondered what he was so worried about. Fang Ning proposed a long-term partnership, clearly dividing creative and management roles for mutual growth. The offer stunned the old director, making him exclaim in surprise. Seeing his hesitation, Fang Ning reassured him, praising their studio's work. He bluntly asked if they wanted to cooperate or not. Old Wang instantly cut him off, eagerly agreeing over and over. When discussing profit shares, Fang Ning generously raised their cut to 30%. He recounted his days of poverty and how he never forgot the studio's early help. His sincerity moved director Wang, who swore to give his all in managing the account. Fang Ning ended the call, asking for the contract to be sent since he had other matters. Checking his popularity, he was shocked the video still held the top spot and wondered how much Jiang Li's power had recovered. Fang Ning turned and called her name. She flew over immediately, and he asked if yesterday's fear energy had helped her regain more strength. Jiang Li said the gain wasn't close to what she got at the Princess Tome and was still far from full power. She estimated she'd need to reach her peak level to be considered complete. Hearing this, he asked if she could handle the monster at Heiyuan Elementary, and Jiang Li raised 10 fingers in confidence. Fang Ning decided to rest and eat first to regain stamina. He announced they'd return to Heiyuan Elementary that night. Delighted at the mention of good food, Jiang Li cheered excitedly. Night fell over the quiet neighborhood. Fang Ning was already prepared and in position. He opened the window, seeing Jiang Li glowing, and signaled he was ready to go. The moment he finished, she placed her hand on his shoulder. In a blink, they vanished in the distance. Nearby, 2 strangers whispered nervously about filming. The blond guy scolded his partner, mentioned the trending top video. He insisted this was the hotspot for traffic and couldn't be missed. The other trembled, worried there might be real ghosts inside. Zhang Xiaoshu assured him it was all special effects until a hand touched them, making both scream. A young woman appeared, introducing herself as Lin Huang, scolding them for being cowards and reminding them of the meeting at the school gate. Zhang Xiao sighed that the nighttime setting truly was creepy. His partner fretted that without effects or post-production, they couldn't compete. Lin Huang shouted that if they had no money, they should just ride the trending wave for content. She pitched the idea of exposing the viral video, earning Zhang Xiao's loud praise. Lin Huang immediately cut him off and ordered them to move out. Suddenly, someone yelled to stop. Had heard a sound behind them. Sure enough, 2 figures were approaching. The 2 men screamed in terror, thinking they'd met real ghosts. Lin Huang cursed furiously, and only then did they realize it was the couple Fang Ning and Jiang Li. Zhang Xiao awkwardly explained that late nights in deserted places easily caused misunderstandings. Lin Huang laughed, apologized for her teammates, and asked if the two were actually alive, leaving Fang Ning speechless but answering anyway. Zhang Xiao introduced them as vloggers coming to shoot a trending video. Mao Jing suddenly recognized Fang Ning as the guy topping the hot search. Zhang Xiao elaborated on his fame, while Lin Huang grew thrilled, admitting she'd been a fan. She asked for an autograph and curiously inquired about Fang Ning's relationship with Jiang Li. At first, he shyly said friends, but after Jiang Li pinched him, he confessed she was his wife and warned them to come only by day since nights here were dangerous. Zhang Xiao snapped back, claiming it was all special effects and accusing Fang Ning of fearing stolen fame. Fang Ning sternly warned him, unleashing a fierce gust of wind and telling them to leave if they didn't want to die. Mao Jing trembled, bewildered by the strange wind. When they regained their senses, the couple had vanished, and they guessed Fang Ning was filming new content. Zhang Xiao got the idea to secretly follow and film them for clout. Ignoring Mao Jing's protests while Lin Huang urged them on. Entering the building, the group felt as if they'd stepped into another dimension, while Fang Ning worried they hadn't listened and asked Jiang Li if she sensed the enemy's aura. The scene shifted back to the old upper floor room from before. Fang Ning tossed his phone to Jiang Li, signaling the start. He moved and narrated, recounting his last encounter with the monster and his mission to save Liang Shang. His reason for returning was clear and resolute. As he touched the clue, red soul energy erupted. The monster appeared, declaring the area sealed off. Fang Ning calmly countered, unfazed by the attack pattern. Their clash sent violent shockwaves through the room. The monster's arm cracked apart. It screamed in horror, suspecting Fang Ning was a soul hunter hiding his true power. Fang Ning mocked it, saying its weakness came from never cultivating properly. Enraged, the demon roared back. Its body was quickly covered in demonic armor. The creature gathered immense energy, swearing no one would separate it from Liang Shang. Fang Ning sensed the surge in power and grew cautious. Outside, Zhang Xiao started recording, introducing the scene to viewers. As he narrated, a thunderous roar shattered a classroom. The team panicked as Fang Ning was blasted out of the upper floors. Jiang Li swooped in just in time. Catching him midair, they landed safely, their miraculous scene leaving the vloggers speechless while the phone kept filming. Mao Jing trembled, thinking he was hallucinating, but Zhang Xiao tried to insist it was just cable effects. Before he could finish, a massive shadow appeared through the hole above. The monster crashed down like a meteor, shattering the ground and blasting everyone away with its shockwave. Mao Jing was thrown aside, face pale as death. This was no special effect. Lin Huang quickly regained composure, grabbed both men, and yelled for them to run. Before they got far, a roar behind declared no one would escape. The demon cursed madly, vowing to slaughter anyone who touched Liang Shang. The school was swallowed by a deadly barrier, trapping them all inside. Zhang Xiao charged forward to break it but was thrown back in pain. Despair filled the air as Lin Huang said coldly their only hope was Fang Ning's victory. Fang Ning analyzed the demon's moves, realizing its strength far exceeded expectations. Before he could react, the demon unleashed a killing blow with a scream. Fang Ning exploded with spiritual power, dodging at the last instant. The demon's stump gouged a deep crater in the schoolyard. It swung again, punching straight at him. With no room to evade, Fang Ning braced himself. Lightning suddenly erupted around the demon's arm. Fang Ning retreated fast, knowing a direct hit meant instant death. Though he dodged, the electricity still struck him, sending him skidding across the ground. Clutching his aching shoulder, he admitted the enemy's terrifying power. As the demon charged again, Fang Ning shouted for Jian Li. She answered instantly, darting out like a flash of lightning. Jiang Li opened rifts in space, unleashing radiant chains that bound the monster tight. Its massive punch stopped inches from Fang Ning's face. Shackled completely, the demon roared in madness, drowning in despair and hatred. Fang Ning calmly mocked it, exposing its true identity, the school principal who had taken his own life. He pressed spiritual energy to its forehead, forcing the truth to surface. The demon's form dissolved, revealing a trembling man whom Fang Ning interrogated about Liang Shang's death. The man denied guilt, his voice twisting with insanity, blaming the victim in a sick, warped tone. Furious, Fang Ning punched him square in the face. He growled, condemning the man's cruelty for destroying an innocent young life. Losing patience, Fang Ning gathered spirit energy, threatening him to reveal Liang Shang's whereabouts. The man screamed wildly, swearing no one would ever take Liang Shang away. Black demonic energy erupted, shattering the chains and flinging Jiang Li aside as he lunged to grab Fang Ning. Fang Ning was hurled into a wall, leaving a deep crater with a deafening crash. Struggling to stand, he exchanged words with Jiang Li, who warned that the foe had suddenly leveled up. The principal changed targets, smashing the schoolyard and screaming that no one could separate him from Liang Shang. Lightning orbs burst from the ground in a violent barrage. Fang Ning failed to dodge and was blasted away as the principal laughed madly, breaking free and striking again. Seeing Jiang Li about to be hit, Fang Ning leapt in front of her without hesitation. The next lightning orb exploded violently, sending Fang Ning flying once more. He skidded across the courtyard, dust and debris swirling behind him. Jiang Li rushed to him, Panicking at the sight of his bloodied body, Fang Ning reassured her, suggesting they merge to tighten defense, then staggered up, dodging orbs while planning countermeasures in despair. In desperation, he realized the principal's office might be the key breakthrough. He dashed upstairs recklessly, but the principal had anticipated it. Lightning blocked every exit, trapping him. With no way out, Fang Ning gritted his teeth and gambled everything, diving straight into the storm. In midair, his body twisted gracefully, slipping through the narrow gaps between lightning spheres. Though he escaped, the chain explosion still hurled him against the corridor wall. Exhausted, he barely clung to life. Fang Ning recalled Lian Xiang's link to that mysterious force and believed she was near the principal's room. He burst into the office, facing the desk and a pit of demonic mist, as the crazed principal appeared behind, threatening mass slaughter. Ignoring the raving, Fang Ning advanced calmly, taunting that Lian Xiang was hidden right here. The principal froze, his arrogance turning pale as if his darkest secret had been exposed. Fang Ning casually struck the desk, triggering chaos as the principal panicked and magic flared. While Fang Ning coldly declared all traces of Lian Xiang led to this room, he pointed out clues proving the chamber concealed a sealed space. With the desk as the key focus, exposed, the principal went berserk, unleashing a frenzied counterattack, but Jiang Li appeared just in time, raising a shield to protect Fang Ning. Even so, her defense quickly shattered under his newfound power, as a massive lightning sphere condensed to annihilate them both. Facing the fatal strike, Jiang Li threw herself forward, shielding Fang Ning with her own body. The explosion thundered, swallowing space and light and sound. The principal froze. Victory turned to shock as the smoke cleared. Fang Ning emerged unharmed, spirit power shielding him as he held Jiang Li, driving the enemy to despair. Ignoring the outcry, Fang Ning rushed Jiang Li into the array and vanished. A dark prison-like space appeared, where a chained girl waited silently. Seeing her rescuer, Lian Xiang cried out in emotion. Fang Ning comforted her, keeping his old promise with steadfast presence. With a single move, he shattered her binding chains. Lian Xiang collapsed from exhaustion but was caught by Fang Ning. Just then, the principal stormed into the hidden realm, murderous aura raging. Fang Ning shielded Lian Xiang, coldly vowing to destroy him and take her away. Hearing that, the principal's tone turned falsely gentle, coaxing Lian Xiang to return. Instead, the girl trembled and hid behind Fang Ning in terror. Rejected, the principal's voice darkened. Wounded and venomous, his hypocritical mask shattered. Fury twisted his face. His rage exploded like a cornered beast, demonic energy shaking the realm. The pressure surged into a black storm, forcing Fang Ning and Jiang Li to retreat. Eyes shut tight. Outside, the film crew waited nervously, confused by the sudden silence. Zhang Xiao whispered fearfully that any ending could bury them all. Lin Huan spotted movement, panicking as she pointed at something rushing out. Demonic energy burst outward like a black flood. Everyone coughed weakly before their strength drained away. They all collapsed while the crazed principal screamed he'd die with Lian Xiang so they'd never part. Jiang Li, exhausted, warned telepathically about an energy-draining array, urging Fang Ning to find its weakness. Lian Xiang revealed the weak spot was at his abdomen, shielded by deadly energy spheres. Fang Ning recalled the moment had narrowly escaped death earlier. From that memory, he grasped the feeling of surpassing limits and believed he could do it again. Fang Ning blurred into motion, realizing this was his awakened soul skill. The principal sneered, countering with a lightning orb, thinking Fang Ning was doomed. But Fang Ning outs the attack, dodged cleanly, and punched straight into the opponent's gut. Spiritual force tore through him. The principal fell in disbelief and horror. Suddenly, a massive lightning orb shot toward them. The explosion consumed the principal's body as Fang Ning barely escaped. The demonic aura dispersed. The principal repented in his final breath and vanished, his memories flooding Fang Ning as Jiang Li watched calmly. Within those memories, Fang Ning saw a hidden manipulator and learned the principal's motives were far deeper. The man once had a peaceful home with a kind wife and a little daughter named Yan Nai. It all collapsed in a disaster 10 years ago. The accident claimed his wife and child before his eyes, leaving him trapped in endless despair. A mysterious figure exploited his grief, luring him into a false ritual that used Lian Xiang as a vessel, destroying both souls and driving him insane. The principal's fall was born of torment. While Lian Xiang sorrowfully asked about her parents, Fang Ning sadly told her they had died in despair after losing their child. Lian Xiang bowed in gratitude, and Fang Ning gently told her to just call his name. Suddenly, Lian Xiang's body flickered, trembling in pain as she began to fade. Fang Ning cried her name in panic and despair. Lian Xiang calmly explained her existence relied on the principal's soul force. Now gone, so her release had come. Though reluctant to leave the world, she smiled, thankful to be free from evil, and offered heartfelt thanks. Fang Ning desperately begged Jiang Li for help. Refusing to accept it, Jiang Li said a linking object and massive spirit power were needed to preserve a soul. Fang Ning tried channeling energy through a wooden comb, but it failed, leaving him furious and helpless. Lian Xiang softly bid farewell, promising to meet again in another life. She vanished, leaving Fang Ning kneeling in pain. Blaming himself for breaking his promise, Fang Ning's tears hit the ground, carrying his unhealed grief. The tears touched the wooden calm, making it glow and absorb the remaining spirit power. Fang Ning looked up in shock at the sudden change. Before him, Jiang Li poured her strength into forcing Liang Sang's soul into the calm. She handed the calm to Fang Ning inside. Liang Sang's spirit slept peacefully. The moment he touched it, Fang Ning felt stable soul energy and confusion over what happened. Jiang Li explained she'd split her own soul power, merging it with the principal's fading energy to sustain Liang Sang. Because of the drain, Jiang Li had to hide and recover, while the calm became a small space for Liang Sang's cultivation. Despite exhaustion, Jiang Li suddenly pinched Fang Ning's arm hard. She warned jealously that only she should be in his eyes, making him flustered and defensive. Fang Ning sincerely thanked her, and the stubbornness in Jiang Li's eyes softened. On the way back, Jiang Li curiously asked about his strange speed. Fang Ning admitted had awakened a time-space soul ability. She likened it to a time bullet from a game. Eyes sparkling with interest, Fang Ning confirmed seriously and revealed its name. One dream, a millennium. Jiang Li repeated the name softly, her gaze thoughtful and distant. Returning to campus, they found the film crew unconscious, lifespan drained by the array. Relieved they weren't in danger, Fang Ning decided to move them out to avoid further harm. Together, they carried the three and laid them neatly by the school gate. Near dawn, they turned into streams of green light and headed home. Fang Ning sighed, saying his daily life had long been thrown into chaos. Jiang Li giggled, then cheerfully jumped onto the bed demanding sleep. Fang Ning blushed and hastily told her to stop. He quickly rummaged through the closet. Fang Ning pulled out another blanket, insisting on sleeping separately for mental safety. Jiang Li puffed her cheeks, clearly displeased. Fang Ning ignored her, slipped under his blanket, ending the exhausting day. Resigned, Jiang Li curled beside him, while Fang Ning closed his eyes with a faint sigh. Drifting into fragile sleep, at dawn before Haiyuan School's gate, Lin Huan stirred with a faint sound, opening her eyes to the scene around. She snapped fully awake in horror. In a flash, she shook the two beside her, smacking and yelling for them to wake up. Mao Jing and Zhang Xiao mumbled nonsense, making Lin Huan furious that they could still think about food after nearly dying. Looking at the school grounds, Lin Huan felt uneasy and confused who had saved them last night. Suddenly remembering something crucial, her face changed instantly. She panicked yet thrilled, urging them to check last night's recording. Mao Jing found the video on her phone as Lin Huan impatiently demanded to play it. The three focused on watching the footage captured before they passed out. Realizing the truth, Mao Jing and Lin Huan gasped, convinced their savior could only be that person. In contrast, Zhang Xiao got excited, sure the clip would explode online. While the others celebrated, Lin Huan grew uneasy, realizing the past effects had been fake. Her mind spun, what if that wife figure really was a ghost? By afternoon, sunlight through the curtains woke Fang Ning from deep sleep. He lay still, watching the pale light, a strange emptiness swelling inside. Slowly, Fang Ning turned his head. He saw Jiang Li still sleeping soundly, clutching the blanket as if guarding treasure. Unable to resist, Fang Ning lifted a hand to touch her face, but the phone rang sharply, shattering the moment. He stopped, picked up, and answered the call. Director Wang shouted that the video hit 90 million views. While Fang Ning replied flatly, the voice excitedly added it had entered the top 10 nationwide. Suddenly came a curse and running water, alarming the director. Fang Ning froze. Jiang Li hugged him tightly in a compromising pose, forcing him to mumble reassurance in quiet despair. Hearing her sleep talk, Fang Ning gritted his teeth, vowing to earn enough for a bigger house and proper living for her. He struggled free from her embrace. Flushed and flustered, in the living room, Fang Ning exhaled and resumed talking with Director Wang. The director eagerly reported platforms offer 50,000 yuan for a premium feature. With current views, even a small revenue share promised great income. Fang Ning agreed immediately, heart pounding at the sum beyond his yearly earnings. Hanging up, he leaned back, realizing life had flipped upside down in mere days. The supernatural once distant had become part of his daily routine. Thinking how it all started with Jiang Li, he felt both moved and sweaty remembering their first meeting. She had become irreplaceable, and he resolved to respect her choices no matter what lay ahead. To help her recover, the fastest way was to keep filming and gathering soul power through fear. He also needed to dig up clues from online urban legends. Planning to wash his face and think, he stepped into the bathroom. The moment he turned the tap, Fang Ning's face froze. What flowed out wasn't water but bright red blood, making him scream. He tried shutting it off, but it wouldn't stop. Anger and fear tangled in his shout. Then, a strange phenomenon froze his rage cold. Fang Ning slowly lifted his head toward the mirror. Reflected there was a rotting face grinning eerily, its eyes gleaming with cold spiritual light. Fang Ning smashed the mirror, but every shard reflected countless laughing ghostly faces. A sharp headache hit as he panicked to find Jiang Li. Then the bathroom door burst open. His familiar apartment vanished, replaced by a bizarre, overlapping void. He wanted to scream but couldn't. Only pure terror filled him. Suddenly, something shot through the space at blinding speed. Fang Ning glimpsed a fleeting shadow and muttered in shock. Without hesitation, he chased it, intent on destroying the threat within his own domain. Using his newly awakened ability, Fang Ning quickly closed the distance. As he neared, the figure revealed itself a mutated squirrel with a rotting, grotesque face. Fear flashed, but Fang Ning counterattacked with a killing blow. The strike exploded, shattering the creature into thick black mist. The strange vapor coiled around his arm, trapping him in panic. The monster's face formed in the smoke. Mocking his pain like needles pierced him. His weak spirit force was devoured, and the squirrel's cold voice declared his end. At that instant, a beam of light shot in and struck the creature's head. The evil mist scattered instantly. Fang Ning gasped awake, the deadly pressure gone. The squirrel's head rolled once across the floor, stopping ominously. Still stunned, he heard Jiangla's voice behind him. She rushed over, gripping her artifact, eyes full of worry. Drained, Fang Ning collapsed into her arms, making her panic. After regaining some clarity, he asked what happened and learned it was a soul beast ambush. Jiang Li said she had sensed it in time and destroyed it. Hearing it was a spirit-type attacker, Fang Ning felt both embarrassed and shaken. Just then, he noticed something fall. A necklace lay there, too strange to belong to a wild spirit. Jiang Li explained she had to strike fast or his brain might have suffered permanent damage. Coldly, she vowed to annihilate anyone daring to harm the one she protects. Fang Ning examined the pendant symbol and realized someone had targeted him. He hid the evidence, trying to stay calm, then told her to fix her clothes, earning only a dismissive reply. Cleaning the wreckage, he deeply grasped how death had been a breath away. Remembering his arrogance after past victories, he found himself laughably naive. He realized soul arts counter each other, his own only worked hidden. Useless against illusions or mental attacks, Fang Ning suspected the mastermind was either a vengeful slain soul or the true culprit of the Hai Yuan case. Knowing he must stay alert in the dark, as he brooded, Jiangla's voice called out that she was dressed. Turning, he blushed. She wore his oversized shirt, alluring yet casual, praising its pleasant scent. Fang Ning flustredly demanded it back, but Jiang Li laughed and ran off, refusing. His gaze caught a business card where Shed stood. Picking it up, his expression hardened into silence. Elsewhere, a blood-soaked figure coughed violently, barely standing. Opposite them, another was informed the Haider Yin squirrel had been slain by an unexpected force, barely failing to assassinate the soul hunter. Chang Beidao bent down to soothe her, admitting she had done her best. In the darkness, he coldly declared the plan a total failure. Revealing his beastly fangs and tongue, he leaned in, called her useless, and bit off her head as blood sprayed everywhere. With only a headless corpse left, Chang Beidao calmly wiped his mouth, saying the organization spares no failures. Window's voice concerned that their hidden base's discovery might mean the whole plan was exposed. Chang Beidao firmly ordered a report to headquarters and an investigation into the soul hunter's identity to prevent further sabotage. Portal opened. Chang Beidao and his allies departed, silently vowing to hunt the culprit to the end. The next morning at a tea house, Zhang Xindao quietly went over his ledger. The door swung open, a cheerful greeting breaking the calm. Fang Ning entered, waved over by Zhang Xindao. He sat opposite and went straight to the point. Fang Ning placed the necklace on the table for examination, which Zhang Xindao at first barely glanced at, but after closer inspection, his eyes changed sharply. Zhang Xindao's heart trembled, recognizing its terrifying origin. Mentioning the abyss, he was about to elaborate but instead questioned Fang Ning about where it came from. Fang Ning recounted the mirror attack by the squirrel-like spirit that dropped it upon defeat. Zhang Xindao guessed Fang Ning had only recently awakened his spirit power, otherwise, survival was impossible. After confirming, he warned Fang Ning his world would no longer be simple. He explained the existence of spirits and phantoms, beings invisible to ordinary people but deadly in the awakened. Humans with strong spiritual power. Zhang Xindao outlined the power hierarchy from low to high, emphasizing the dominance of high-rank spirits and the existence of soul generals and soul kings. When Fang Ning asked why society knew nothing of them, he replied the government hid the truth to avoid chaos, even altering public memories. He added that all children are tested at birth, and innate awakened are immediately placed under state control. At 16, the recorded ones are invited to join the official soul hunter organization. When asked about refusal, he coldly said their powers would be sealed and memories modified, while the compliant receive training and national assignments. He explained that most supernatural events stem from malicious spirits or born anomalies, requiring soul hunters to maintain social order. Fang Ning doubted it, noting no hunters appeared in his past encounters despite their supposed numbers. Zhang Xindao replied that supernatural incidents had surged, many hunters had perished, and a catastrophe 40 years ago had crippled their ranks. He stressed that the greatest threat isn't monsters but humans. Seeing Fang Ning's shock, he elaborated that late awakened are hard to detect if they hide themselves. He mentioned outcasts living in isolation. Once empowered, they could blend among normal people and fall to corruption through desire or hatred. Even with government surveillance, prevention was never absolute. Everything changed when a secret organization emerged, recruiting late awakened and infiltrating the soul hunter ranks themselves. 40 years ago, that organization sparked a civil war, crippling the soul hunters' strength. To this day, they still operate underground, plotting against the government with unclear motives. They use any means, often imprisoning souls to forge tools that boost their power. Hearing that, Fang Ning stared at the necklace, a faint dread rising within. As Zhang Xindao confirmed the markings belonged to Yuan Sheng, the attacker was one of them. When Fang Ning asked why he was targeted, Zhang guessed it unknowingly disrupted their plans, likely a revenge strike. Fang Ning fell silent, realizing things had never been as simple as he thought. He concluded that behind the spirits and bone fiends was Yuan Sheng's conspiracy. He asked how to track them, but Zhang Xindao admitted they were helpless if it were possible. The group would have been wiped out long ago. He explained captured members always self-destructed using forbidden soul arts, and that soul techniques were rare powers mastered only by geniuses. Fang Ning stayed quiet, but Riley noted he, too, possessed such a unique ability. Zhang added that soul techniques are nearly uncontrollable for humans but instinctive to spirits, making soul hunting extremely risky. Feeling cornered, Fang Ning slammed the table, unwilling just wait for another attack. Zhang Xindao suggested he join the soul hunters for protection inside their warded base. Fang Ning hesitated, knowing his strength depended on Jiang Li and could vanish anytime. Seeing his silence, Zhang realized the boy was hiding something. Fang Ning refused and nervously asked if he'd now be erased or watched. Zhang smiled, saying late awakened are usually monitored, but he chose to trust Fang Ning. He recalled Fang Ning's rescue deeds and handed him a card. It was a collaborator license allowing late awakened to keep their powers if they passed verification. The card legalized his abilities but also obligated him to aid soul hunters in dangerous cases. Zhang Xindao said that was all he could reveal. He left a notebook, telling Fang Ning to report any clues before walking away as Fang Ning called after him. Zhang paused, hesitating before answering about himself. He only said he was just a normal policeman. Watching his fading figure, Fang Ning sank into his chair. At least Yuan Sheng's appearance made the enemy clear it was worth it. Fang Ning looked at the card and infused it with spirit energy. Data and imagery appeared, astonishing him it was made solely for the awakened. He realized normal people couldn't perceive any of its changes. Still, he grew suspicious. How could a regular cop hold such authority and secrets? As he turned to leave, the shop clerk stopped him to settle the bill. Hearing the amount, Fang Ning froze in disbelief. He protested, saying he hadn't ordered anything, but was told his companion had. Remembering Zhang Xindao's calm face, Fang Ning paid with irritation at being left the check. Outside, he read the notebook, assessing Yuan Sheng as an imminent threat and pondering Jiang Li's recovery. Fang Ning asked Jiang Li if there was any way other than absorbing fear, but she said none existed. Jiang Li eagerly said that strong fear through visuals or voice could quickly restore her soul power. Hearing that, Fang Ning got a reckless idea. He briefly considered opening a haunted house to harvest fear for Jiang Li, but his finances instantly killed that wild plan. Lost in thought, Fang Ning suddenly bumped into someone behind him. Seeing the man fall, he hurried to apologize and help. The man looked at him emotionally and called his name. Fang Ning froze, not recognizing him at all. The man introduced himself as Chu Tianhua, thanking Fang Ning for once saving his life. Jogging Fang Ning's memory, Chu Tianhua asked his savior's name. Fang Ning introduced himself and inquired about his rush. With a sigh, Chu Tianhua said the matter was far from simple. He suggested moving to a nearby cafe to talk and insisted on treating him. Soon they were seated, Chu Tianhua cheerfully telling him to order whatever he liked. Fang Ning smiled awkwardly, realizing with irony had returned to the same cafe he just left. Chu Tianhua ordered 3 pricey coffees like a regular. Remembering the last bill, Fang Ning silently groaned. He noted Chu Tianhua's lavish manner like a seasoned boss. Chu Tianhua recounted waking up in the hospital after being saved and, without delay, went straight to the main topic. He bluntly stated he was looking for an exorcist. Fang Ning was surprised. He thought the supernatural trouble was over. Was there a new one now? He quietly infused spirit power into his eyes to examine the man. Before him swirled dense demonic aura. Chu Tianhua admitted the incident happened right inside his company. After brief thought, Fang Ning told him to share the details. Maybe he could help. Overjoyed, Chu Tianhua slammed the table in gratitude. Startling nearby patrons, he quickly apologized for the outburst. The waiter set down their coffee with a polite smile. Jiang Li curiously eyed the cup but hesitated. Fang Ning leaned over and whispered that it was safe to drink. Jiang Li took a small sip like a cautious kitten. Her innocent look caught Chu Tianhua's attention. He found her strangely unusual. Seeing her drink comfortably, he dismissed his initial doubt. He reasoned that being around a master might make her seem special. He began recounting events after leaving the hospital and returning to work. Chu Tianhua explained he owned a gaming company, pouring all funds into a new project despite the market slump. The game was at its final test, success or failure deciding the company's survival, so he had to attend. The strangeness began during the closed beta, where testers' physiological reactions were monitored and everything seemed fine. Character creation went smoothly, and players entered the virtual world without issue, but the moment they logged in, when testers screamed at what they saw, the in-game space was an exact replica of their real office, something never programmed, terrifying both testers and staff. The environment distorted further as dark aura spread, chilling everyone watching, even injured. I rushed to question the supervisor about the origin of that bizarre scene. Chu Tianhua said, when asked whether to stop the test, he angrily insisted on continuing to expose whoever was behind it. Code analysis showed distorted remnants of the old game, too complex to decode quickly. While Hua ordered close surveillance of the tester, I said the altered code wasn't as scary as what I saw in the surveillance video. Making Fang Ning pry for details, the footage showed an empty office with no one inside, yet the machines ran by themselves, and the keyboard typed like it had a mind. Realizing the danger, I rushed back to stop the test. The moment I entered, I saw something beyond imagination. The tester screamed in an agony, shrouded by dense black mist. Panicking, I shouted for the supervisor to stop the experiment, but he trembled, stammering that there was a ghost in the office. Hua shoved the supervisor aside and strode toward the tester. Without hesitation, he yanked off the Veer device. Instantly, Hua froze, face pale as death. The tester went berserk, fluids pouring down his face. Amid chaos, I yelled for the monitoring team to call an ambulance. The accident caused mass resignations, stalled the project, and I feared years of work would vanish if the demon lingered. Unwilling to give up, I gave the staff leave and hired a famed exorcist at my own expense. Fang Ning noted the demon wasn't a bloodsucker, so normal exorcisms were useless. Ho awkwardly admitted he was right. The exorcist set up wards all over the company, confidently claiming he'd fix everything. After the ritual, he proudly declared the weak spirit destroyed. At that instant, a giant shadow appeared behind him before everyone's eyes. The exorcist screamed in terror and bolted, never returning to the company again. Ho tearfully took Fang Ning's hand, saying fate must have led him there today. He begged Fang Ning for help, trusting no one else anymore. Fang Ning reluctantly agreed, loudly reassuring him to stop crying. He stressed his tight schedule. While Hua kept nodding in sympathy, Hua presented a gold card, solemnly offering 50,000 yuan if the matter was resolved. Outwardly calm, Fang Ning was inwardly stunned, realizing the sum was huge and useful for his own goals. Worried it wasn't enough, Hua mentioned his past debt of gratitude to show sincerity. He offered another 20,000 yuan once the company recovered, while Fang Ning quickly pocketed the card and spoke righteously,